All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Go on and hit that like, share, and subscribe for more content. Today, we have a video for you. We're going to be talking about bug out bags and my philosophy of use on them. Now, fun fact, one of my biggest videos on this channel has been about a bug out bag, and I'm probably going to revisit that, especially with the turn of the season, and make a follow-up video on my bug out bag. But today, I really want to talk about why your bug out bag probably is going to get you killed or the average person. This is going to be I'm going to try to keep this a short video, but we're going to talk about some topics on why a bug out bag really isn't practical, but it is, but it isn't. So we're going to go around in circles on this and try to convey, and we're going to talk about it. Leave in your comment what you carry in your bug out bag, what your thoughts are on your bug out bag. But the older I get and the more time goes on, the more I see a bug out bag is just not practical. So we're going to talk about why I feel that way. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be angrily typing below, but this is just my opinion, and it is what it is. So I have a bug out bag. I've always had a bug out bag. Every member of my family have a bug out bag. Now, the practicality behind a bug out bag is if you have to leave your home at a moment's notice with no warning whatsoever in the middle of the night or just hopping out of the shower, that you have enough stuff that you can survive at least the golden benchmark is 72 hours. Now, most people, if you're watching this video, you're probably one of those guys. Your bug out bag is designed to last longer than 72 hours. I think most people that have stumbled on this channel, they have the same mindset that the bug out bag at 72 hours is just the bare minimum. But my argument is I have a family, and as most individuals do, they have a family, and if you spend any time out in the woods, hiking, backpacking, or whatever, you're going to realize that as a whole, women and children are just they're not as hardy. They're not as resilient as most men. And I'm talking about a healthy man and a healthy woman for the most part. There's just no comparison. I'll give you an example. I went on a hike a few days ago, took my family, my wife, and my child with me. They simply could not keep up with the amount of pace that I'm going to carry. And I was carrying the majority of the stuff for this day hike for my family, and they still could not keep up with me. Families are just not going to be as resilient as you guys, and you guys need to understand this. So the reason why I'm thinking the title of this video and the thumbnail, it's not just clickbait. If you're planning on bugging out and you have a bug out bag for yourself and you have a bug out bag for your family, you're not going to be able to cover the ground. You're not going to be able to do as good with your family as you would by yourself. That's the first reason. So to me, yeah, have a bug out bag, but you need to think past that. And if you have a family, you really need to gear more towards a bug out vehicle and a system and have a place on where you're going to go. Whether it be a fire, whether it be, an act of terrorism, chemical spill, civil unrest like we've seen in 2020, whatever. You need to plan the majority of stuff around your vehicle if the roads are passable. Because, yeah, I know you may not be able to travel on the road, but you're just not going to be able to do what you can do by yourself. There's no doubt in my mind, my days would be numbered if I had to go up in the mountains with my family, simply because they cannot do what I can do physically. Mentally, they cannot do what I can do mentally. And so, as being the one that's the provider and supposed to keep my family safe, I have to take that into consideration. And if I go up in the mountains with my bug out bags the way they are, my family's going to most likely die. They just are, depending on the time of the year. In the winter, they're probably going to be dead. And I don't say this to poo-poo on this dream that you're going to go live in the woods, but 99% of the people out there don't have that capability. I do, but I don't have that capability to sustain my family for months on end up in the mountains. I just don't. I know my limitations. Could I go live 6 months in the mountains and be fine? Yes. Could I take care of a whole family? Probably not. And I know that limitation. And so you have to plan around that. So if you're gearing your entire bug out bag for your family to go live up in the mountains and you have a wife and 2 or 3 kids, it's not going to work. It's just not. I'm sorry. You physically cannot carry enough equipment between you and your wife and your kids to stay long term, hence why it's a bug out bag. So you need to keep things into consideration. People say an inch bag. They talk about that all the time. And I never come in home bag. Well, it's the same thing. You physically cannot equip your family to carry enough resources to sustain yourself in the wilderness in an emergency or wherever for a very long period of time. My wife cannot physically carry. She lacks the skills. I've taught her quite a bit of stuff, but she lacks the skills to sustain herself almost indefinitely living out of a bag. And she physically cannot carry the weight to ratio stuff that I have, that I can carry. And she cannot cover the ground that I can. And she goes to the gym and works out. And she still cannot, even her on a good day is not the same as me. So if you're planning on dragging your family on death march, you're going to get them killed. You need to plan around that and understand that your family is not you. And a lot of people, I made some videos in the comment section and, well, your wife's bug out bag's light or your kid's bug out bag is not as heavy as yours. You're leaving them ill-equipped. The fact of the matter is, if my wife got separated from me in the mountains, A, she can't, like I said, she cannot carry what I can carry. And B, yeah, I've taught her how to do fire making with stuff besides a lighter. I've taught her enough to where she can survive a few days. She's not going to survive as long as I can. I know that. And I know she cannot carry the amount of equipment you need to stay out as long as I can. And mentally, she could not handle, if I was dead in an emergency situation, she mentally could not handle it as far as what it would take to survive. Yeah, given now taking care of my child, that might push her over the edge as far as give her that extra motivation. But it's realistic that your family is not going to do what you can do, and you probably can't do what you think you can do. And that's just, a man's got to know his limitations. And so planning around that, you have to understand when you leave your house, if let's say there's an earthquake and that leads to civil unrest or something crazy and you need to leave your home, if all you're planning on taking is your bug out bag and the roads are drivable, or you have a vehicle that doesn't really matter too much on roads and you can do off-roading, if you're just planning on taking a bug out bag, then you're setting yourself up for failure. You need to be able to bring as much gear as you can. You're not going to go out and live and be Rambo, especially if you're, and I'm not going to be mean, but if you're overweight, if you smoke, if you drink a lot, you're physically not going to be able to be at your best performance. And, here's the deal. I'm planning on climbing on top of a mountain in about 2 weeks to go backpacking and stay in 2 or 3 nights. I'm going to be climbing up to about a 8,000 foot mountain. And I'm out of shape to do that. So I've been trying to get myself in some better shape just to do that, especially because there's going to be snow up where I'm going. And, I'm in pretty good shape for all things considered, but you have to take all these things into consideration. I made a video on this. This is my day hike bag. This is a Hill People gear. Now, could I live out of this bag 72 hours? Yes, I could. I very well could. When I go backpacking, this thing weighs less than 10 pounds. It weighs absolutely nothing. Can I live out of that? And could that be my bug out bag? Yeah. Is it ideal? No. Is it ideal for taking care of a family? No. I can live out of that. My wife cannot. And so I have to take those things into consideration and plan ahead for that. And if a disaster happens and your folks live near you or somebody else, you're just going to go off and leave them too? You're going to go off and leave grandma? So you have to take all these things into consideration. Well, am I going to just take my bag and ditch my wife, my kids, my grandma, and I'm going to live up in the mountains out of my bug out bag and poo-poo on everybody else that's in my family that I have a responsibility to take care of? No, you're probably not going to do that. And if you do, you lack real moral fiber. So all things considered, just a quick video. My thoughts, I'm sure this is going to make some of these keyboard warriors that live in their mom's basement extremely mad. But, it's my opinion, and it's my channel, and I can have whatever opinion I want. So anyways, if you guys stayed to the end of this little thought, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thanks to my loyal subscribers, and we will see you on the next video.